Good afternoon, and welcome to another furious version of Diatribes from the Voice of Doom. Now here's your feral and frustrated host, Voice of Doom. Okay. I'm going to do a diatribe because I have more free time on my hands since I'm in the ranks of the unemployed. But I want to give my fan what he wants, because he said he enjoys my diatribes most when I get mad. And I found a reason to get angry, and I'm going to get angry and draconian, and I'm going to say things that YouTube hates. But be that as it may, I don't get many hits or views or whatever the hell they call it these days, so I can say pretty much anything I want to. Now, all in the news for the past 4 days, since Friday, YouTube has been plastering my feed with the Zelensky debacle in the effort to stymie Orangey, because YouTube hates Orangey and everybody knows it. So they will use any incident or episode or anything that happens in the news to try to slant it toward Orangey being a failure. Okay. Now, I'm not going to take sides on imperialism or what people want to do or how they're doing it, as far as the, we want something for our money. Okay, when Orangey says, look, we've given you billions of dollars and we want skin in the game if we're going to protect you and give you all this money, and we want to send our companies to your country after this is all over and glean some of your rare earth minerals, which they need to further destroy the planet. Because if you notice a pattern, some people don't notice it, but I do. They want to mine the earth for substances which can only be used to either enrich the very rich or destroy everybody. I'll give you examples. Plutonium, uranium. Those are things that they get out of the earth. And they, do whatever they do with their nuclear facilities to make fissionable material. Okay. So they've been going for plutonium and uranium in order to build bombs that can destroy the earth. They have no value. The only value is a deterrent to being blown up by blowing somebody else up. And now they want rare earths for AI, which is going to destroy us even faster than the nuclear bomb. Now, Zelensky, if he was smart, we would say, yes, okay. We will give America access and American contractors and corrupt people to work with our corrupt people in order to extricate valuable assets and elements from our country, and everything will be built up again. So that's just the way it goes. Business means profit, and profit means progress. It means more hotels, more motels, more gas stations, more of a, wealth. Now, we all know what happened in the Oval Office. And we all know that Zelensky was petulant, and our side was kind of childish, putting people on the spot to be beholden to them, and everything fell into the abyss. Okay. Orangey was not really too worried about that. He said, when you want to talk peace, I'm here and I'm open-eared. Okay, he's the first president in history to be lambasted because he wants peace. And that's because he's orangey. And that's a whole different existential situation that 99.999999% of the planet does not understand why. Me and only 2 or 3 other people on this planet understand why people hate orangey so much. But I've already gone through that, and I'm not going to do it again. But now I'm angry, and I will give you a little anecdote or life experience about how I was feeling bad about myself and apologetic and feeling like I shouldn't be that way. It's part of human revolution to improve yourself. But I was talking on Thursday, right a day before we were going to close, and some of my regular people came to the bar, and they were liberal Democrats. And we've gotten into discussions at the bar, and I tend to listen to what they have to say and give it consideration, and they've actually gotten me to think about certain things, such as the Hamas-Israel situation. And not that Hamas has any bearing on it, but that they said, that Israel has done this and this and this and this and this in the past. So I give it consideration. I go, okay, I'll listen to your argument, and I will look into it. But when I say anything about how Orangey or Elon or this or that, they shut me down and say they're just out for the rich and they're just Russian stooges. And so in a restaurant, what happens is you get very, very, very busy, and you don't have time to have deep political discussions with people at the bar while you're busy making 50 drinks that are all exotics. It's not rum and coke, it's like these margaritas and all this other crap. Now, in the process of being pressured and trying to have a salient conversation on a political level which actually produces anything, I will say something like, I hate Democrats. Just say it, because I'm too busy to think. And I look at the guys and I'm like, yeah, all right, I probably went too far with that, because they look at me like, oh, I'm a good customer. And I don't know what they were thinking, but I know that it wasn't nice. And I was feeling bad about it. Like, they're good customers and they're nice people. I shouldn't say I hate Democrats. But I'm going to double down on that, because I freaking hate Democrats. I can't stand them. And if it was up to me, I would use lawfare in my FBI and my Justice Department, and I would have them rounded up and thrown into a gulag. And that would be if they're lucky, because I really despise these people, and I'll tell you why. Orangey had a deal with Zelensky. Zelensky is not the leader of Ukraine. Anybody who thinks so is a fool. Not a short little idiot that's a comedian, who was a comedian by trade before he became president of Ukraine, who dresses in these sports outfits like he's going out for a bike ride and acting all militaristic, and I'm the savior and George Washington of Ukraine. Get with it. Don't be such an idiot. Zelensky is beholden to oligarchs in Ukraine. It's a corrupt country. And when Vance said you guys are kidnapping people to conscript them into, fighting, and you've shut down churches and you've shut down elections, and then you say he's not a dictator because he's on the D's side, because I don't know what their relationship is. It's just anything against Orangey and the military industrial with Pelosi, who's investing our money. But Zelensky is about to have a deal with Orangey, and before he goes to the Oval Office, he talks with some D's. And I'll tell you about a new a-hole on the block, a new a-hole on the scene, who has come out of nowhere to become the poster child for everything that's wrong with the universe and should be dealt with as such. Chris Murphy, Connecticut senator, born 1973. I was a sophomore in high school when he was born. So already I consider him to be of no consequence, but he's a diehard lib, and somehow he gets in the forefront of talking to Zelensky and saying, don't accept the deal with Orangey because he's working with Putin, and he's a stooge of Putin, and he's going to give Putin everything he wants. So just fight it out and let 2 or 3 more 100,000 troops die over the next 2 years, and then when the D's get back in office, we will get the gravy train going for you again. Now that's treason. That, to me, is the same as if FDR and Eisenhower, Ike, were planning D-Day, and they went to a frickin' hell of a lot of trouble to make sure that operation came off. They decoyed, and go into World War II and check into it. I'm not going to give you a history lesson. They went to a lot of trouble to make sure that D-Day was a surprise attack. You're going to get 1,000 ships across the English Channel by surprise. Okay. Now, if some Republican, say for instance, had leaked the D-Day plans to the enemy, he would be hung in short order. That's how they did things back then. He would be found guilty of treason and he would be hung. And that would be good, because he changed the course of history by being a traitor. Okay, now this Chris Murphy guy is in the same boat, because he scuttled the deal, and he's going to cause more people to die by saying, and I don't know what he said, but he obviously said, just keep on fighting, and then when we get back in, we'll keep it going. Now, I'm going to repeat myself. Zelensky is beholden to other people. He came to the United States to get more billions for the oligarchs who are siphoning it off, taking weapons and sending them to the cartels. All kinds of things have happened over the last 5 years, and we all know it. They found weapons that they gave to Ukraine on the Mexican border. That's old news. So it's all a corrupt, miserable mess. And everybody's got to be swept away. Swept. This Chris Murphy guy, and Schumer, and all the rest of these D's that are saying that, Orangey's just working for Putin. Which is so ridiculous, and everybody knows it, and people are getting sick of the whole thing. And I think we need some examples to be made. And it has to do with poles in an arena being erected in order to strap traitors to those poles and light it aflame. And those that are not lit on fire should be impaled. Because I'm sick of this. I don't want to see millions of people die in stupid wars just for the military industrial, because that's all we got going for us, is making weapons. That's what keeps our economy going. We were on a war economy ever since 1946, where we base our economy on war. We perpetuate war around the world, and we sell weapons. We lose our manufacturing base. We lose everything else. But we have Northrop, we have Lockheed, we have Raytheon, and we have all those others. L'Oreal, or whoever is in charge these days. McDonnell Douglas. That keeps the economy going by hiring thousands of people in order to work in these stupid companies. We've got no value out of our money. It's $1 quadrillion by now, at least, that we could have used on humanitarian aid and just making life better for everybody. $1 quadrillion. But no. We have to base everything on war, and now we have traitorous Democrats scuttling Orangey's plans because they hate him so much. Now that's just not going to hold anymore. I'm telling you right now. Even Zelensky's getting his hat and he's getting ready to go back. He doesn't know how he's going to save face, but he knows he's in a very bad position. I wouldn't give him 2 cents for his life. Because what's he going to do? Go back to Ukraine to his oligarch overlords and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, but I got mad at Orangey and he didn't give us the $100 billion. Well, come on. Well, you did your best. Come on. Russian oligarchs, in the Ukraine, call them what you will. We'd be better off if Putin, reconstituted the Soviet Union. We were safer. We were safer when the Soviet Union was in place. The only thing good out of the Soviet Union falling was that Eastern Europe broke away, and they can actually have countries over there now that aren't under the, boot of the Soviet Union. Other than that, there's no good that's come of it. Russia never joined the community of people that just want to get along, because we had Putin, who wants to reconstitute the Soviet Union. So let him. Who cares? Ukraine, Belarus, they're already in cahoots anyway. Turkmenistan, big deal. Put it all back together again. Who gives a crap? We're better off that way. And anybody with a sentient mind would agree with me. So I just wanted to get this off my chest, because I'm really pissed at these D's who just want to, they don't care how many people die if they can get power back. And it's sickening. And I would advocate for, dealing with them. If you find out that they've done criminal activities, arrest them and put them in prison. We all know that Schiff and Nadler and Schumer and Pelosi and I don't know who else are guilty of something. Show me the man, I'll give you the crime. Do it. Give them the same shit that they gave Orangey and they gave everybody for 4 years. So, don't take the high road. They need to be dragged through the streets, face down behind a truck. And that's it. I'm done. I mean, you want to get me pissed, just start, trying to F up world peace. And I will fight back. And come arrest me if you like. I don't give a crap. I could use 3 meals a day. Thanks. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.